Well, that was alright, wasn't it? Hallelujah! We have a home win! Well done, lads. Well done. Absolutely incredible. Welcome back to the Premier League verdict. Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly. Welcome back to another episode of the Premier League verdict here today, and it is as ecstatic and happy that I have been after a Chelsea game for quite some time. I think it's fair to say an incredible. I mean, we've just beaten Burnley. We've beaten Burnley. I know I'm probably going a little bit over the top here. It's a big win. Thomas Tuchel's first win as Chelsea manager comes in his second game. Bit of a stop-starty game. That first one against Wolves, definitely one to forget and one that will not live long in the memory. But today certainly will. A 2-0 victory, a solid performance all round, and overall 3 points to take us back into contention for, I have no idea at this point in the season, lads. Let's be honest. Mason Mount returned to the team, and there was not really much surprise in seeing that, and it was certainly a welcome change to the team as well. Timo Werner also came back into the starting 11, starting off playing sort of on the left of the front three, and seen as though it was a 3-4-3, the shock return of Marcos Alonso to the Chelsea starting 11. Now, my father has literally just informed me that I probably did say at some stage that I would not like to see Marcos Alonso play for Chelsea ever again after his performance against West Brom back in September. He hasn't played since then, but he was back in today for Ben Chilwell, because Chilwell was and has been pretty poor over the course of the Christmas period. He just hasn't looked up to it at all. And when I heard that Ben Chilwell was being dropped for today's game, my initial instinct was, oh, he's probably going to play Emerson. But no, Marcos Alonso just seems like it feels like a bad smell or something. He just won't leave. He was a welcome addition today. We'll get into it in a minute. But for the first 20-25 minutes of the game, it was very much an open game, and one that could have gone either way in the first 20-25 minutes. Burnley had a lot more possession than they're probably used to having, and Chelsea were having a lot less possession than we had against Wolves the other night. Bearing in mind, Burnley are just off the back of a terrific victory over Liverpool, and I will say, you know, missing the man that got them the goal. I'm not sure if he was suspended or injured today, Ashley Barnes, but he was very much missed. I think Burnley might have just registered one or possibly two shots on goal in total in the entire 90 minutes. They definitely missed him today. They started off with Mate Vidra and Chris Wood up front. They were looking menacing for the first 20 minutes or so, but never tested Edouard Mendy. Chelsea had quite a few chances of our own, and our shooting boots were just left in the bloody dressing room, to be quite honest with you. Mason Mount had a chance, Timo Werner missed a chance, Kovacic missed a chance, and there was probably the biggest one of the half until we scored, was one where a ball from Azpilicueta is lifted across, Marcos Alonso heads it back across, and Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount just got in each other's way, messed up the opportunity. But luckily for them, all them chances were, say, less relevant when Chelsea did take the lead, and it was the first goal of the Thomas Tuchel era scored by Cesar Azpilicueta. And I know what you're thinking, Cesar Azpilicueta scoring, he must have been up for a set piece or something. Quick breakaway, Chelsea have the ball kind of in our own corner, but it's passed out lovely. Jorginho spreads it to Hudson-Odoi, and then you can see Azpilicueta making an incredible overlapping run. And I'm thinking, what is he even doing up there? Hudson-Odoi tucks inside onto his left foot, cuts it back, and Azpilicueta absolutely fires it past Nick Pope into the top corner. And I did say going into this game, if Chelsea don't score early, we could be in trouble, and I was very, very happy to see a score at just before half time, because I did feel that the longer it goes on and the later the game goes and it's still scoreless, Burnley will grow in confidence after what happened during the week against Liverpool. But Azpilicueta got the goal, Chelsea led at half time, and the whole second half really was just Chelsea absolutely dominating. It had most of the ball, most of the chances. It's incredible that it wasn't any more than the 2-0 scoreline that it was. Callum Hudson-Odoi hit the post. Werner had a decent header on goal, which was caught by Nick Pope. Reece James, when he came on, then forced Pope into a good save as well with a volley. But the goal did come late on to seal the win, and it was, I can't believe I'm saying this, Marcos Alonso with an incredible goal. He literally turned into Ronaldinho. That was the first thought that came into my mind when Marcos Alonso has absolutely no right to score that goal. Ball is spread out wide to Christian Pulisic. He whips it in. Alonso takes it on the chest down to his knee and then volleys it into the roof of the net past Nick Pope to seal Chelsea's 3 points and to move us up to 7th in the table. And I know a lot of the teams around us have, games in hand, but it closes the gap and it's an important victory, you know, especially looking at the fact that a lot of the teams around us would drop points this weekend. Arsenal and United drew with each other. Everton lost to Newcastle. Liverpool, West Ham is today. They're both in 4th and 5th respectively. Leicester have just kicked off against Leeds United, so hopefully a few results go our way there, maybe a couple of draws, particularly in the Liverpool-West Ham game. But Chelsea's performance today was infinitely better than the performance against Wolves during the week. There was just so much more urgency, movement, the passing was slick. You could see that, you know, there was a new lease of life with, you know, within them players today. You could tell that Burnley were definitely tiring towards the end of the game, that game at Anfield during the week definitely had its toll on them, and that's not really a surprise because it was an incredible victory for them during the week. But our best players today, and it's probably, you know, the main reason why I'm so happy about this performance today, completely different against Wolves during the week, and completely different to anything we've seen in the last month of Frank Lampard's managerial reign. That whole second half of December and start of January, there was just no creativity. But today it was there, and it was there in abundance. Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Mount was kind of starting right of a Chelsea front three in the 3-4-3 that we've seen. But Mount and Hudson-Odoi is a wing back. You know, we're absolutely seeing the best of Callum Hudson-Odoi now. The standout player for me on the pitch. I thought Mount was very, very good as well. I thought Pulisic, when he came on, looked a lot better than he's been recently. Kovacic was very good today. A few nice little interchanges, a few good 1-2s. And we looked very solid defensively. Burnley never looked like scoring. And that's something that, you know, we haven't been able to say about this Chelsea team recently. But we have got a massive game coming up Thursday night, and it's against Tottenham Hotspur, and oh my god, lads, if we win that, we're right back in contention. Now this obviously is a great start for Thomas Tuchel. You beat Mourinho and Spurs on Thursday night, and you are well back in the conversation. Obviously Spurs were defeated by Liverpool on Thursday. If they win on Thursday, lads, I'm telling you, it will be an absolutely huge, possibly season changing win for Chelsea. I did say during the Christmas period I think we might be out of it. I still think, you know, the teams around us still have games in hand, the likes of Everton, Villa, you know, teams like that, they all have games in hand on us, which, you know, you'd obviously rather have the points, but we're level with them at the minute, but they all have like a game or two in hand. But with this Premier League season, lads, you just don't know which way it's going to go. If you win a couple of games on the bounce, you're right back up the top of the table. Like every team, Steve McManaman actually made the point in the BT Sport commentary, every top team this season has gone through a major blip. Man City and Man United both started off the season terribly. Liverpool have gone through their blip over the course of Christmas, as have Chelsea. Arsenal started off the season badly as well. The only one of the top teams really we're yet to see have a blip really in the top four is Leicester City, who, as I said, have just kicked off against Leeds United. They're 1-0 up now. Harvey Barnes has just put them 1-0 up. A defeat to Tottenham feels like we're kind of back to square one, but today I definitely seen lots from that Chelsea performance to warrant a little bit of enthusiasm and hype around this Chelsea team once again. Thomas Tuchel got it absolutely right, and I'm looking forward to seeing this 3-4-3 system reincorporated, because Marcus Alonso was very, very good today as well. I just said it to my dad as well. Marcus Alonso as a left back never worked. That's not his position. He's a left wing back, and that is what he is. You know, that's the way it has to be. But Callum Hudson-Odoi has surprised me as a right wing back. He's been terrific. But I'm going to leave it here, lads. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you leave a like if you have enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new with your notifications on, and I will catch you later.
But when we out all night, do the shit we like, we living for that. We living for that. Yeah. When the sun comes on and the fruits are gone, we living for that. We living for that. Yeah.
Little post-credit scene. Stuart Dallas has just equalised. It's 1-1 in the Leicester Leeds game. Okay, bye-bye.